Top 3 questions I get asked on this channel. What does the Amazon Relay load board look like? How do I book loads? And when I book those loads, how do I stay so local? These are the relay rates for Friday, February 9th.
Let's get into those SoCal relay rates.
All right, as always, gonna put chapters in this. Feel free to go ahead and skip ahead to your section. We're gonna look at recommended. Not sure how much is gonna be there. I may do it a little differently today, and we'll look at 53 and then 26. I'm gonna base both of those searches out of Lancaster. I've been getting a couple comments. People wanna see a bigger search radius, not just San Diego, and I get that. So we're gonna look at Lancaster with a 250 mile radius. You figure it's gonna cover Fresno, Bakersfield, a little bit of Vegas, and all of Southern California, LA, Ontario, San Diego. So let's get into it here. Recommended loads. Oh, and then we'll take a look at spot capacity. Can't forget that. And we'll also check in on blocks. But recommended loads. Recommended, yeah, I mean, the first ones are already showing me like box trucks for. Here's a San Diego, 3 stops, $7.82 a mile, ending up, I'm guessing, at 2 post office locations, $4.99 a mile, $203 payout, 1 pick, 1 stop for a 26-foot box truck. San 5 going up, ending up in Vista. It is starting at San 5, going to Carlsbad, ending up in Vista. That is $3.17 a mile. And you can already see, like with recommended stuff, they're only recommending 26-foot box truck stuff to me. Let's see if there's any 53. Here's a 53, and it's starting in Redlands. Usually my recommended is all San Diego loads. So the fact that they're already saying like, hey, we're recommending Redlands, recommended isn't really gonna give me much of a go here. Let's go ahead and jump into those 53s. I've made 2 new save searches. Let's see, Lancaster 53. And you'll notice the radius on here is 250 miles. So this will kind of give us a global view of all Southern California. Let's sort this by price per distance highest. So right now, top money, $8.30 a mile going from Paris, ending up at ONT 5, $211. This is starting at an Amazon. That SWA is going to a third-party site and then ending up at ONT 5. They say 5 hours and 33 minutes. I guarantee if you're at a third-party site, it will take every bit of that time. Next up, 1 pick, 5 stops, $191 for 6 hours of your time. So 1 to 2 is Amazon facilities. They have the little, LGB6, VUH9, but then see how it goes from 2 to 5? 2 to 5 is third-party sites. So yeah, when they say this is gonna take 6 hours, I always forget to turn that auto refresh off. When they say it's gonna take 6 hours and 1 minute, I guarantee it takes all of that. I'm almost willing to bet that it takes 8 hours and 1 minute, just so that you will be there for 2 hours, but that way they don't have to pay you the detention pay. So guarantee that's gonna take up a lot of time. 1 pick, 5 stops for $195. Other thing I wanna point out on this is usually in San Diego, there's 75 to 100 loads. Usually there's 400 to 500 loads just in Ontario, San Bernardino area, and usually there's another couple hundred in Los Angeles, and who knows how many. I don't really keep track of like Fresno and Bakersfield. The fact that 250 miles from Lancaster, there are only 350 loads, volume is way down. I mean, you typically would see more than that just in the 50 miles surrounding Ontario. So Amazon's volume is way down, and I think their rates are reflecting that. Where was I here? So yeah, a bunch of these 1 pick, 4 stops for $200, $192 for 4 hours of your time, $645. So I know the rate sounds good, but you have to factor in the time there too. I mean, this is, $645 a mile sounds real good, but they're saying, and this is all Amazon facilities, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, all stopping at Amazon sites. So I believe that this specific one with 4 stops would take the allotted time, but if you see a third-party site in there, it for sure will take longer than that. I mean, all these payouts are around $200 for the decent rate per mile. Let's just look at let's sort this by highest payout. Where's the truth? Somewhere in between these two. Yeah, so I mean, you could make $4,893 going from Moreno Valley to Pennsylvania, but you're making that $4,000 on $1.83 a mile, $1.42 a mile going from starting in Eastvale, ending in Eastvale. They have you going to Phoenix. They have you just kind of playing hopscotch around. So Phoenix to somewhere in Texas, Austin to Fort Worth, back to Fresno, back to there. So I mean, that's a huge tour around the whole Southwest for $1.42 a mile. Another one going to Pennsylvania, $4,300 payout, $1.64 a mile, $1.42 a mile. This one's leaving Sand 5. Let's see where they have you going. So starting in Otay, LGB 8, going to Denver, to Stockton, and then back to Sand 5. So that's a huge chunk of the country there for a $1.42 a mile. Sand 3 to Sand 3, 6 stops. I've got you going from Sand 3 to Phoenix. Looks like then up to like Portland. HIO 9 is Hillsboro, Oregon. So yeah, this is, I mean, $1.46 a mile doesn't make sense to run that. So not really seeing great stuff on the 53 side of things. Let's take a look at that same Lancaster search. Let's just do that for a 26-foot box truck. Lancaster 26. And let's sort that by price per distance highest. And this is, you know, this is typical. When things are bad for 53 and they prefer to send it by 26, top money for 26 right now is in San Diego. They've got one leaving Sand 5, 3 stops. I think we saw this one a second ago, going from Otay to Chula Vista to, I'm guessing, a post office here in San Diego. $782 payout, $198 bucks. I'm sorry, $782 per mile, $198 payout. Here's another price per distance sorted San Diego. One pick, one stop, $4.99 a mile, $203. Here's one up in Buena Park. One pick, 5 stops, or one pick, 4 stops for a total of 5 stops. They've got you going from LAX to Long Beach, to Carson, to Los Angeles. And that is $3.96 a mile. Got a box truck up there. Sand 5 going to Lakeside, $3.89 a mile. Sand 5 going from Otay to San Diego, ending up in Lakeside. Gonna take, they say, 2 hours and 20 minutes of your time for $219. Let's just do the same thing with box trucks. Let's look at payout highest. Highest payout on the board is San Bernardino going to Camarillo. So they've got you going from LGB 5, ending in Camarillo, California, for a total of $602 for $201 a mile. Next one down is $583 total payout, $261 starting in Shafter, California, ending in Torrance. I thought that said Torrance. Oh yeah, Monterey Street in Torrance, betting that's a post office. And then $583 total payout going from Shafter, ending in Torrance, $261 a mile. And then it drops down to, yes, you're getting a $579 payout, but you're getting that at $1.35 a mile for 427 miles, starting in Eastvale, ending up in San Francisco. So rate's not super right now. Let's take a look at that spot capacity. I have gotten a bunch of this lately. 350 in the morning today. Earlier, I got one saying, if this thing will load. Huh, that's strange. All right, let's look at this next one, 339 spot capacity. They were looking for a truck, SCK3, ending up in Ruskin, Florida, 3,013 miles. Their offer is $5,623. Again, this is your one and only time to negotiate a higher rate with Amazon. On Wednesday, a couple days ago, this was San Diego. They were looking for a 26-foot box truck going from San Diego, ending in Hemet, 1 pick, 4 stops. $500 was what they were starting at. Wednesday also, here's another, I think this was the same one. Yeah, San Diego ending up in Hemet, $500. And then also on Wednesday, we got a Sand 5 going to DSD3 as National City, ending up in Riverside at LGB 6. It was 111 miles. Their offer was $420. Again, your one and only time to negotiate a higher rate on that spot capacity. What am I doing tonight? Rates aren't that great. I'm actually not working tonight. I'm kind of see what happens. I'm usually optimistic when the weekend comes, but we'll see what happens. But as of right now, obviously, I'm at home. I almost forgot about blocks. Somebody asked me to include blocks into this. I just wanted to show you something. Usually, this is really strange. You can see my search criteria is show me blocks within 250 miles of San Diego. And just so you see what my search criteria is here, I'm looking for solo blocks starting within 250 miles of Southern California or San Diego. There are none. Usually, if I gave it the same search criteria a month ago, there would be 100 to 300 somewhere in there. And it's not just San Diego, it's everywhere. I mean, let's just check, like, let's look for blocks in Denver real quick. Denver, Colorado, there are none within 250 miles. Let's just check, like, Austin, Texas. None in Austin, Texas. Let's just check New York just to kind of round this thing out. New York. None. And last but not least, let's just take a look up at like Portland. Portland, Oregon. No blocks. So I didn't want you to think I forgot about them. There just currently isn't any blocks. I've never really seen it like this. I have a couple ideas on why this might be happening, kind of some future content coming your way, but yeah, no blocks right now anywhere.